Hello friends, today we are going to study about modern history of India, lecture number 1, and we will make a playlist comprising whole modern history. Okay, coming to the class. The history was developed after the Industrial Revolution in Western countries, and the Britishers and many Europeans approached India at the time of 1600 AD, and the modern history can be classified into three parts on the basis of development. In 1600 to 1857, we may call it a first phase, and 1857 to 1947, it is second phase, and 1947 till date, its current phase. And in 1600, East India Company arrived India. And how we can know about the history which happened very long back ago? This can be only done by through records. Records means these are the data which was maintained or prepared by some authentic administration. Therefore, we can call these records as archives, and archives are the places where the records are generally stored, and we are having many archives in our country, and we are having central government archives, state government archives. The central government archives is the national archives, which is in New Delhi, and state government archives consists of the state administration. And also we got this central administration at the time not only through archives, we are also having the surveyors, and the person James Rennell, he is the first surveyor general of India. The surveying technique is very important because after the arrival of the Britishers, the surveying of land was more technical and more precisely done. And there is a survey report, which will be given by the survey officers, and it not only comprises the geographical area and the boundaries, but also it consists of some socio-economic and political data at that time. And coming to the state archives, at that time there are the presidencies and also the princely states. We are having three presidencies. First one is Bengal presidency. The Britishers arrived firstly at the Bengal presidency, it's West Bengal plus East Bengal. At the time, the Bengal presidency is combination of present West Bengal and also the Bangladesh. Bangladesh is also called East Bengal. And all the data is available after Battle of Plassey, which was occurred in 1757, and all the data before 1757, that is Battle of Plassey, was not available because they were lost during this war course. And we are having the Madras province. In Bengal province, there is a fort named Fort Williams. It is having a finest storage sections, archives, and we have all this data in this Fort Williams. And in Madras province, we are having Fort St. George. In this Madras province, we are having lot of data about Anglo-French rivalry that was fought at the time. French are also the strongest people at the time. They are having some wars out of the country like India. They are having wars in America, in Canada, in other places, in African colonies. They are having many colonies. The French people also having. The French and the Britishers are the people who fought not only in a country like India or Asian countries. They are also fighting different numerous wars in Africa, in Australia, in USA, now present USA, North America, in South America, in Canada, wherever these people are fighting numerous wars. And then we are having the Bombay Presidency. The Bombay Presidency consists of many crucial areas, and there are also we are having many important offices in which all the data are available. By this data only we can analyze the past and also the several orders which were given by different administrative officers at that time. It may be judicial or it may be the administrative officers, general civil services officers. And coming to the princely states, we are having many princely states at the time, like Ujjain, Jhansi, Lahore, many states, numerous states. And the kingdom of Lahore at the time called Kasa Kasa Darbar. Khalsa Darbar. And in Khalsa Darbar we are having most of the data at that time at that location, and these are the main centers where the data or the records of the history of the surrounding areas are available. In Peshwa Darbar there is one office named Alienation Office which is in Bombay, and also in Jammu Kashmir there is Dogra rule. Dogra is a community and we are having Dogra rule. These are the princely states. And also there is some importance to the existing state Goa. Goa, we are having the effects, means we can notice the presence of Portuguese technology and their history in the Goa till date. Portuguese, they lived in Goa 1700 to 1900, and they are having their impression in Goa also. And also there are many archive centers in Cochin, in Malabar coast, in Chandarnagar, in Pondicherry. These are the archives which give the data about different wars and changes occurred in all manners. For a civil servant, he should think in 360-degree manner. He should think about socio-economic manner, he should think in political manner, he should think in judicial manner. Everything he has to follow according to the rule, the order. And then we'll go to the judicial records. We are having judicial records. We are having the first Supreme Court, and this court is called as Supreme Court of Bengal. We know that in Bengal, after Battle of Plassey only we are having data or the records. We don't have the records prior to the Battle of Plassey. And there is also Calcutta High Court and also the Madras Record Office. Madras Record Office means it is the archive center in Madras province, Madras Presidency. And we have published archives. As there is parliament on today, there is parliament there at the centuries back ago, and these people used to issue government orders through gazette orders. Through parliament they will issue the gazette orders and also committee orders, and we are having a crown above the parliament that is having supremacy, and the crown can also issue several orders. And all these published archives are stored in the archive offices, archive centers at different locations of this world. Archive centers cannot be limited to only country like India. It is also the archives of other countries. The foreign countries archives are also useful for getting the information about the history. And we are also having private archives. In private archives, most of the prominent families like Jawaharlal Nehru's families and also some other important crucial families, they influence whole society at that time. We have to make note of these. Private archives are the locations of the houses and the banks, business centers, and also business of commerce, and also the museums, libraries at that time. And Nehru Memorial Museum and libraries of different areas having a long history are useful resources of this information about the history, modern history. And also, in addition to all of these, we are having foreign repositories. Foreign repositories are the locations where these archive centers are outside the country of India. Most of the control was controlled from the country England, UK. All the data is available in the main hub, that is board of directors. This board of directors can control the East India Company, and then the East India Company turned, and it was under the crown, and also there are board of directors. All these people will have the complete information about the administration. And the British Museum is a great source of history of not only India but also many countries. And the East India Company will rule India, and they will be controlled by board of directors. If any legal action or the punishment has to be taken on the people or the officers of East India Company who are working in country India or any country, this board of directors will take a decision collectively. And we know that for any meeting, suppose a meeting held by Prime Minister, after the meeting, minutes, the terminology minutes will be utilized. And what do you mean by minutes? Minutes is the complete summary of the meeting. What are the conclusions? What are the actions to be taken up? All these things will be noted in minutes and will be signed by chairman of the meeting. And mostly it will be the senior most civil servants. If it is political meeting, means meeting with the officers and the government, then it will be the minister signature. And mostly higher officials will attend of a particular department. And then in addition to this foreign repository that is in London, we are having some data, some archives in country like France. France is also an influential country, and it is having a vital role in the history, and most probably the modern history. It's having a center named Archives Nationales. It is a French term. It is in Paris. And also we are having archive centers in The Hague, Lisbon, Lahore, Peshawar, and other Pakistani countries and other Pakistani cities. And also we can know the facts and figures from the biographies and memoirs, travel accounts. Biography is a depiction of a story of a person by a writer. Autobiography is a self-depiction, and biography is a written story of another important influential person. We are also having data from the missionaries. The Christian missionaries came to India and they preached Christianity, and they are having certain amount of data, that is information about the history, and this is mostly the religious history, and they used to spread the Christianity from that time also. And there are also there is also a personality named Abhay W.S. He wrote about a book about Hindi society at that time, that is Hindi manners and customs. By this book, the Western people will come to know about the society of country like India. And also newspapers and journals. The newspapers and journals are having an important effect, and they are the people from the Western nations came only for trading, and then they slowly developed and they acquired wealth of a country, and then they occupied the country by using their technology and force. And while giving a trading unit to a country, to a company like such as East India Company, there are many officers working in colonial country in India, let's say, and any private or any misconduct was done by the officer working in country, means working in colonial country, a censure will be given to that person or a punishment. In case they used to do private trading, and most of the officers and civil servants who work in India and are from England, they used to gain a complete wealth, and they become affluent, and they go to their home country, and they will enjoy there. That's why many a times punishments were also given to these people who has done private trading by using their different networks, like wrongly sending, means reducing the income or the revenue for the East India Company, like that. And sometimes these officers were also thrown out, they are removed, and these officers become disgruntled, and these disgruntled officers are the cause for generation of the newspapers. At that time, newspapers came into effect only by these disgruntled officers. In 1776, William Bowes was censured, and he has the idea of publishing a newspaper, and then it was implemented by another officer named Augustus Hickey. He published newspaper Bengal Gazette or Calcutta General Advertisement. And also by this channel of newspaper, they can propagate various information, various news about their rules like East India Companies and their exploitation of the country. And these papers are the cause, and they will make the peoples known about all the facts that were done by the alien countries. And there are also several newspapers like Calcutta Gazette, Madras Courier, Bombay Herald. We are also having newspapers who are inspired by, means which were published by Indians who are inspired by these foreign nationals. Therefore, Amrit Bazar Patrika, a newspaper which was published by Shishir Kumar Ghosh. Kesari and Maharatha by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Bal Gangadhar Tilak was the important personality at that time. The Hindu, which is the most important newspaper every civil services aspirant will prepare, that is first started by G. Subramanya Iyer. And Swadeshi Mitran. Newspapers plays a pivotal role in changing the society, and also there are oral evidences, and it was carried out by these previous people, these older people, and also different officers who got retired. And then we are having creative literatures. These creative literatures are the books which were written by most influential people, are having lots of knowledge and also this literature knowledge. Banking Chandra Chatterjee was the first person who wrote Anandamath in 1882, and also Rajasimha. These are the great pieces of literature. Vande Mataram was a part of Anandamath. And also, finally, the paintings. The photography was came in the year 1940s, 1840s, sorry, 1840s. And before that, paintings were the most important publishing thing. And we are having Patnakalam, Kalighat paintings in city like city like Calcutta of Bengal province. And we are having religious records, and this Kalighat paintings not only give the clear picture about the religious records, it also gives the society clear picture of the society, what are the various habits of the society and the changes observed in the society. We are having an important personality, Raja Ravi Verma. He is considered to be the great painter at the time, of all the time. Thank you friends. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.